Becca and myself have had BFGs, Goodyears, IROCs, TSL SXs, Maxxis, Coopers, Mickey Thompsons, and several other tires on past and present off-road rigs. So my rigs have seen a lot of tires for a combination of off-road and street use over the last 3 decades. You know, I don't have loyalty to or sponsorship from any tire brand or company. You know, I just want great quality, true to size tires with good street manners that also perform good off-road. I mean, really, that should be the goal of anybody looking for a tire for a Jeep.
I used to beat on this Jeep pretty bad, and although it was an absolute beast off-road, it really sucked on the road and became somewhat of a trailer queen. You know, I tried bubble balancers, Dynabeads, and everything else, and I could never get those old 42s and beadlocks to balance right. So in 2013, I decided that I didn't want to beat on my Jeep anymore, and I wanted to make it more street friendly. You know, for the more extreme stuff, I have a rock buggy, you know, and I can get as crazy as I want in that and not worry about things. But, you know, I sold my beadlock wheels and 42-inch IROCs and bought 40-inch trail grapplers when they were first released to the public in 2013. You know, I had these mounted on standard alloy wheels so they could be properly balanced at my local tire shop. You know, even though this Jeep isn't a daily driver, I wanted a rig that I can comfortably drive to the trails with my local Jeep club. When I switched to the trail grapplers, they went right on the road force balancer and required almost no weight to balance. Because of this, I'd say that the quality control is much better at Nitto than at BFG, Goodyear, or Interco. You know, these tires balance very well and are never out of round. You know, they perform excellent both on and off the road. I can honestly say that I've never been disappointed with these tires or wish I had something else.
I have about 22,000 miles on these tires, and they're now 5.5 years old. You know, the compound on these tires is pretty damn soft, which makes them fantastic for traction, but they do seem to wear faster than Goodyear and BFG tires. But for tires that are almost 6 years old and have been everywhere from Johnson Valley to the Rubicon Trail, they actually look pretty damn good still.
Becca's Jeep has 35-inch trail grapplers on it. She put these tires on it about 4 years ago, and she likes them so far. This is Becca's 3rd Jeep, and she says this set of tires is the best she's ever owned. She claims that her Jeep walks obstacles that her BFGs and Goodyears seem to struggle on.
Becca's put about 20,000 miles on these tires, and they're worn about, I'd say, 40%, 30-40%. You know, but be mindful that this Jeep has a Detroit locker up front. So, you know, that adds to a little bit of wear too. And, you know, these tires have been regularly rotated to keep uneven wear to a minimum. But, you know, I'd say they've done pretty good. Over 3 years of use, 20,000 miles.
These tires work so well on the rocks that several members of our off-road club immediately switched to trail grapplers after Becca made them look bad on a few obstacles. For a radial tire, you won't find a better tire for our trails out west.
We wheel a lot of sharp rocks in the western deserts, and these tires will chunk in this environment. Although they don't chunk any worse than my BFGs or IROCs did, just be mindful that they will chunk a little in sharp rocks, as you can see here. I did get a little bit of chunking.
Chunking issues aside, these tires are very tough. On the 3 vehicles I ran with trail grapplers, I'd never had a sidewall puncture and never put a plug in one. To me, that's amazing considering the abuse my tires see. I was running these tires way before they owned the podium at the King of Hammers, so we didn't buy them because of the hype. We bought them because we weren't happy with the tires available at the time.
These tires have a great tread pattern with well-designed siping. They do better in wet and icy conditions than any other mud terrain tire I've ever used. They also do well in snow, mud, and sand.
Another great attribute of the Nittos is that they run pretty damn true to size. Unlike BFGs, which often run 2 inches shorter than claim height, The Nittos run almost right on, just a little bit short maybe. There's nothing worse than spending big money on a tire that's supposed to be a 37 and getting a 35, or paying the money for a 35-inch tire and getting a 33. Nitto doesn't do that to customers, and I appreciate that. Just like Becca and myself, these tires are absolutely a perfect match for a Jeep.
I'm on my 5th Jeep, and Becca's on her 3rd Jeep. You know, between the two of us, we've ran virtually every radial mud terrain tire there is. And out of all of them, we like the Trail Grappler the best, I think. You know, the Trail Grapplers don't have quality issues like Goodyear and Interco do. They don't cheat you on size like BFG tires and other brands of tires do. You know, it's just a great quality tire that performs good in all conditions. You know, the only drawback, you know, is that they wear a little faster than some of the other radial tires. So, you know, they might not be the best choice for something that's a daily driver or a Jeep you commute to work every day with. But, you know, for a weekend warrior, you really can't beat the Trail Grappler for a combination of street and off-road use. And as always, thank you for watching my video, and keep the rubber side down.